Hey, Squeaky, what exactly is heteronormative relationships? This is like Common Core math or something. This is bad math. Oh, we're gonna get into this, man.
Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
Hey, Squeaky. So, Jeremy Hambley over at the Quartering and Coffee Brand Coffee. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah? Well, you know how much I love coffee. I love coffee a lot, as well as everyone should. And I partnered up with Coffee Brand Coffee to try their coffee, so I can tell you just how good it is, and give you a little discount to go along with it. So if you're interested, all you gotta do is go to coffeebrandcoffee.com and use the code NerdyRonin. Capital N-E-R-D-Y, capital R-O-N-I-N, and you're going to get yourself a sweet discount, and you can try it along with me. I'm waiting for mine to get here so I can try it and tell you all about it. And if you want to try it with me, get yourself a smooth discount, and let's try it together. Ooh, I'm excited, Squeaky. All right, let's go. Happy Monday. Let me tell you what, the work week has begun and we're that much closer to Christmas. And I can't wait. Now, I'm not decked out for Christmas. I don't have the Santa hat on because I'm not reviewing a movie. We're discussing a huge issue and a moment of clarity today. Thanks to Gary over at Nerdrotic's channel and Chris Gore, actually. Don't worry. This is going to be good. This is going to be quite the conversation. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks, as always, for being here. The weather change, once again, has me with a frog in my throat and a bit of a runny nose. My apologies. Please bear with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation we had last week with the great Kyle Mills. That was fantastic. He had some fantastic answers, and his top 5 was brilliant. I enjoyed that very, very much. In the description down below are all our links. If they're not there, thenerdyrronin.com. All right. And also, hey, if you're still looking for that perfect gift for somebody for Christmas, there's some promo codes down there as well to save you a couple of dollars as the money well runs dry. All right? Oh boy. Don't be a cup of haters and make sure you get that good coffee. All right, we're going to get into this. All right? Now, I'm going to be honest, Squeaky. This is important, okay? I've been trying to figure out why I've fallen in love with a huge batch of Indian cinema. Okay? That's where I'm going here. And I talked to Bushido Blues about it. We discussed it. And it's just like there's something really fantastic about Indian cinema. And it's starting to have a huge following here in America. Movie theaters that have never showed Indian cinema are now showing Indian cinema. And, excuse me, sorry guys, I told you. But it's just odd. And then I was watching Gary and Chris have a conversation the other day. And it clicked. It gave me this light bulb moment. Since the Me Too movement, and even, I'm sure, somewhat before, all right, Hollywood has made it a point that there's a big majority of gay relationships, like an overabundance in just about everything, whether it be TV, movies, and what have you. Those relationships are shown loud and proud en masse. Meanwhile, hetero relationships, they have kind of diminished. Like love stories. The example that Gary and Chris were using when I got this light bulb moment was Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and the relationship between Star-Lord and Gamora. Once he was in love with Gamora, they were in a relationship, and then she was murdered, and Gamora, when she comes back, she's not the same Gamora, and Star-Lord is still in love with her. To him, it's the same woman, but it's not. But instead of trying to win her back, they're just friends. They're just buddies. Just buddies, y'all. And it's literally called heteronormative relationships. And if you look at Hollywood and movies, like, the love story aspect has been just taken out as far as heterosexual couples go. It's not allowed anymore like it was. I'm not saying they don't exist, because obviously there are still love stories being made in Hollywood, okay? But a huge majority of our media are making the heterosexual relationships just buddies. Just buddies. We're just friends. We're best friends, best buddies. Meanwhile, and this was the light bulb moment, y'all. Meanwhile, on the Indian cinema side, every single movie, like the biggest majority, 98% of them, regardless of whether it's a spy movie or an assassin revenge plot or whatever it is. It could be a movie about soccer. And suddenly, in every single one, there's a love story. Now, there are other things about Indian cinema that make it good to watch. You're never going to see any nudity, at least the majority. I'm just talking about the majority, y'all. My experience of probably 40 to 50 Indian movies over the past year. You're not going to see any nudity. You're not going to see anything really raunchy. All right. Now, you may see quite a bit of violence, but even that, if it's too violent, like decapitation or whatnot, it's blurred out. That part. There's an honor in the cinema, Indian cinema, where they take a responsible look upon themselves. They're about the story, storytelling. Telling a great story, not telling a great message, but they do have messaging in their movies, but it's in general messaging, like, make sure you go out and vote. Don't let your vote, like, not be counted. Or make sure that the kids can go to school, like, general messaging, but not SJW screeching messaging. They have great action, and they always have a unique and beautiful love story throughout. So it's not necessarily part of the main story, but it's a side story. It's like a side quest. It's that love story, and then it becomes part of the overall story. It's just different. It's different. Well, Hollywood has decided to, like, twist themselves into pretzels for the messaging and for, let's just be buddies. We're gonna be buddies. We're best of friends, and we can hug, and we can, like, pat each other on the back and give you an attaboy. But we're not gonna have that weird relationship thing. It's different. And I would even go so far as to say, if you watch something like, you've been watching Hollyweird, now turn around and watch RRR or Jawan or Pantheon or Animal, pick a recent Indian cinema movie. And you'll be able to tell the difference. And the gap of a difference that it's making is widening. And Indian cinema is becoming huge. Whereas Hollyweird, well, take Disney as an example. Disney is, and yes, don't come at me with the, well, the Disney movies still make like $200 or $300 million or $1 billion or whatever. Yeah, we know. Because there are a group of people that if it says Disney, they flock to the theater thinking they're going to get a quality product, and they don't. And if a movie costs $800 million to make and it only makes in, but then it brings in $600 million, that's not a positive, y'all. So Disney stands. Stay outside, okay? Don't come at me with that crap. Disney, of their own accord, have admitted over and over now that they are in trouble. Their movies are not successful as far as they're concerned. It doesn't mean what the Disney journalists say is the same thing. Disney know they're in trouble. The amount of people in America, I'm talking America here, that are sick of the beating in the head of the messaging and the lackluster quality of entertainment is growing. And I just found it interesting that there was an actual name for why I'm enjoying Indian cinema over Hollyweird. Or even just international cinema over Hollyweird. It's just weird to me. What's wrong with a love story? What's wrong with positive hetero relationship storylines? What? I mean, this is Common Core math. That you think this is going to succeed in the long run. Anyway, you tell me what you think in the comments down below. So, I mean, unless you're just going to tell me how great Disney is and Hollywood is, if you want to actually have a conversation about it, we can do that in the comments down below. I'm curious as to what you think. I'm not saying anybody's necessarily bad. I'm saying there's a problem in Hollyweird, and it's getting bigger, and it has a name. And if they don't change course soon, it's the end of entertainment as we know it here. And I'll continue to watch Indian cinema. My only issue with Indian cinema is they don't do physical media. So they're missing out. They could just steamroll right over Hollywood if they would do physical media. All right. That's it for this wonderful Monday. Counting down the days till Christmas. I hope you have gotten your list into Santa. All right. You guys have a good one. We'll be back on Wednesday where we'll be talking about a movie. Maybe we'll talk about Ernest Saves Christmas. I love that movie. What do you think? All right. From Michael, the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd. We will see you on Hump Day.